Have you ever stopped and wondered if you're on the right track? Like you're working so hard, climbing that ladder, but it feels a little empty. Well, today, we're diving into a story that tackles that exact feeling. The monk who sold his Ferrari. It's a fable that might just get you to see things a little differently. And this is the question right at the heart of it all. Seriously, think about it for a second. Are you building a life that genuinely brings you joy? Or are you just checking off boxes that someone else told you were important? That's the exact question our main character, Julian Mantle, had to face. This was a guy who, from the outside, had everything you could possibly want. But he was about to give it all up to find the real answer. Okay, so let's set the scene. Meet Julian Mantle. To the world, he wasn't just successful. He was the definition of success. But, well, behind closed doors, it was a totally different story. I mean, just picture this guy. Julian was a legal superstar, a true performer in the courtroom. He was closing million-dollar deals like it was nothing. He had the ridiculous penthouse apartment, the private jet, and yeah, that iconic bright red Ferrari. He was the poster boy for making it. But here's the thing about appearances. That shiny exterior was just a mask. On the inside, Julian was completely hollowed out. He was only 53, but he looked like he was in his late 70s, just worn down by the nonstop pressure and stress. All that winning had cost him his peace, his health, pretty much his soul. And then, one day, it all came crashing down. Right in the middle of a trial, in a packed courtroom, the invincible Julian Mantle just collapsed. A massive heart attack. In that one single moment, his entire world just shattered. So there he is, staring up at a hospital ceiling. All the success in the world couldn't help him now. And in that quiet, sterile room, he finally had a moment of terrifying clarity. He knew he had to make a change, a huge one. And he did. He literally sold everything. The fancy apartment, the jet, and yes, even the Ferrari. He just walked away from the life that had brought him to the brink of death. And you know what? It wasn't him giving up. It was him finally setting himself free. So he left his career, got rid of all his stuff, and with nothing but a backpack and a whole lot of questions, he headed east to India. His search for answers led him high into the Himalayas, where he eventually found them. The legendary sages of Savannah, a community of monks who held the secrets to a truly enlightened life. Up in those mountains, away from all the noise, Julian's real education began. He met their leader, Yogi Raman, who promised to teach him the 7 timeless virtues for living a fulfilled life. But Yogi Raman didn't just hand him a textbook. No, he shared their wisdom through a strange and mystical fable, a story packed with symbols and images so powerful that Julian would never, ever forget them. And this is the key to the whole thing. The fable has 7 core symbols, and each one stands for a virtue. The garden, that's your mind, and you have to tend to it. The lighthouse is your purpose, the thing that guides you. The sumo wrestler represents constant self-improvement, something called Kaizen. Then there's the pink wire cable for discipline, the stopwatch to remind you to respect your time, the fresh roses for living in the moment, and finally, the path of diamonds, which is all about serving others. Let's just talk about that sumo wrestler for a second. He stands for Kaizen, which is this amazing Japanese idea of continuous improvement. It's not about making huge, dramatic changes. It's about making small, positive steps every single day. Little by little, you become better, stronger, and wiser. It's a total game changer. So how do you take care of that garden in your mind? Well, Yogi Raman taught Julian some practical techniques. One is called the Heart of the Rose. It's a simple meditation to help you find that quiet center inside you. Another is opposition thinking. The idea is simple. Whenever a negative thought pops into your head, you immediately and consciously replace it with a positive one. You become the gatekeeper of your own mind. So Julian spent time with the sages, absorbed all this wisdom, and was completely transformed. He came down from the mountains a totally new man. He returned to his old world, but he wasn't the same cutthroat lawyer. He came back with a story to share. A message everyone needed to hear. And this brings us to the final and maybe the most important lesson, the path of diamonds. It's the realization that a truly meaningful life isn't about what you get, it's about what you give. It's about making the world a little bit better just by being in it. When you boil it all down, that's what this story is really about. It's about shifting your focus from having more money, more prestige, more stuff, to being more aware, more at peace, more connected, more alive. So I'm going to leave you with this question to think about.
If you had to give up your own personal Ferrari, whatever that might be for you, what would you be hoping to find on the other side? What's the one thing that would make your life feel truly rich and meaningful? The answer might just be the start of your own journey.